Happy New Year. Boop, 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 boop,
Okay,
And we're
boop.
live.
we're live. This is
It's
basically our
crazy.
inaugural. Go ahead.
Oh, are we doing an intro or anything?
We can do it. We've never done that, and we're gonna do it.
Oh, I'm so
We're
unprepared.
gonna do it. So we've never practiced this. We've never done it, but that's okay. We're just gonna say this is our first podcast episode of the new year.
There we go.
Real Sisters podcast. I'm
Yeah.
Whitney. You all can
I'm
introduce
Natasha
yourself.
Nicole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dana.
You guys in there for a second. I'm
And
scared.
Kendra's on the
scared.
couch.
Kendra's on the couch. Okay.
Hi,
Yeah.
Kendra.
I have my
Hello.
AirPods in. She
Oh.
can't hear.
Oh, so she doesn't. Okay.
She's
Okay.
probably asleep.
Okay. So since this is our new year resolutions, what are we going with? Where are we going? Who wants to go first?
I'll kick us off. I'm getting out the house.
Okay.
It's not evident. I have failed as of day 2, but I'm going to start putting more into my appearance. I mean, y'all know when it's time to show up, I show up.
When it's time, and that's what matters.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I want to kick off. I want to kick off my simplynatashanicole.com. Don't go there yet because it's not ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to write. I want to tap into my creative side. Want to finally get tatted up, not a sleeve or any of that. But and lose this weight. You know, I went from like happy weight to grief weight, and now it's just.
You thought about what this tattoo might be?
Yeah, I'm gonna get something for Chris. Actually, I have a couple of them in mind. I'm gonna get like a little heart thing on my wrist, and then I'm gonna get November 13th in Roman numerals because that's the day he passed and Granny passed on the same day. So I'm gonna get that. Wow. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get a couple of lines from his vows on my ribcage, like not all in one day. That's throughout the year. So,
okay.
Yeah, I have a plan in place. I'm ready. Yeah. So that's that. That's me.
Dana, what about you?
Well, I'm gonna wait till I get to the house because my Wi-Fi will be better, and then I will because I'm driving.
What's funny is you could have told us. Don't push it back.
Oh, well, just talk. You go, Whitney, and I will.
Okay.
Right.
So I was doing really good with my credit. Like I had raised it up in 2020, like 2019 to 2020. I was doing a really good job getting it right, and then tore my ACL and was out of work. And then my credit went to hell because my credit cards, I was maxing them out and then not paying them. So things happen. So my priority this year is to get my credit, which it should be fairly easy.
Yeah.
The steps I have to do, because I don't have like a bunch of stuff in collections and all that. It's really just getting my like credit cards and stuff back in order and getting my credit kind of back where I want it to be, because like I know a bunch of that I wax real estate agents, and they're all like, once you get your credit to this certain point, like you'll be able to get a loan. You'll be able to find, like, it's better just buy a house instead of paying $1,500.
That is a fact.
For rent, when there's so many opportunities for like first home buyers right now. So I think that's like my main goal. I'm trying to live again. I feel like between 2020 and then 2021, I really just, all I did was work.
Yeah.
And I'm still not rich. So what was all the work for?
Yeah.
Just surviving, like not thriving at all. So I think that's a priority too. It's like, yeah, I want to like build up my savings again, but I also want to like live and experience. I want the kids to do stuff. So that's probably it. You know, trying to still heal my legs so that I can be a functioning human again. But yeah, I think those are my goals. I think I'm gonna try to start dating, like seriously, not like a serious relationship, but actually get like a serious effort.
The ghetto.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Literally, I'm the worst because with Hinge, so annoying. The minute I just don't like the person, I just unmatch them. No explanation. No bow out, obviously. I just unmatch. We don't need to go any further. No. Earlier today, literally, the guy asked me how I was doing. I asked him how he was doing, and then he was like, "We should exchange numbers." I'm going to unmatch you. I'm going to unmatch you right there. I'm going to stop you right there.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Because here's the thing. While I do hate messaging through the app, I don't know you.
No.
I'm not going to give you my number. Crazy. Wait. So part of me is like, am I truly ready for this? Maybe, maybe not. Don't know. We'll see. I also interviewed with a new therapist today.
Oh, great.
So I'm going to do it was like a 15-minute like consultation call. Her voice did not match her body or persona in any way. I didn't know how to handle it. It was throwing me off in a way that I was not ready for.
Let's unpack that. Was it like deep, squeaky?
He sounded prime, and I feel crazy saying this, but if I didn't know she was Black, I for sure 100% would bet my life that she was a white woman on the phone.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And my only hang up with that is it was so like professional sounding. How am I going to tell her about my hot mess?
Yeah.
If I'm feeling like I'm on a job interview.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I get it. I get it. Okay.
So it's not, and I feel bad because I don't want to feel like I'm abandoning my old therapist. I just don't know. It just felt like catch-up sessions with a friend. It didn't feel like I was really, and part of that is like that book that I told you about. It's like at one point she ends up going to therapy and they're like, well, you get out of it what you put into it. So part of it was like, was I truly like opening up? I don't know. But it's okay to try a new therapist. We were in a relationship. She wasn't giving me free services. It was a service.
Right. So yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna try that out and see. So those are my 2022 goals. Yes.
Here we go. Those are great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think they're great too. Well, I don't know if I have any, to be quite honest. Like
you made us wait.
Right.
You're like, I'm gonna let Ty get home when we're just
like she was about to drop some
like
hot
cutting
stuff.
in and out. So I was like, well, I don't want to like start talking and not to be, anticlimactic. I'm just trying to get back, get out of Hawaii.
Okay.
Well, that's major.
Yeah. You're on that journey.
Not that, I enjoy Hawaii. I really do. It's just I'm ready to.
It's far away to be from your people.
Right. It is, especially when we're a closer family. Like it would be different if, we weren't so, close. And it just kind of like I really had some moments where it was like think about like all of our holidays with like Granny and stuff like that, and then it's like, oh, our kids won't be able to enjoy it, like have those memories, you know what I mean? Because we're so far away or whatever. So I mean, because I like shaped a large part of my childhood. I'm sure you all too, so
yeah, especially with y'all's kids, they're so close in age and everything. So I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, Emery's and Zoe are hilarious. So
Like that's gonna be cute to watch when they're like in person
Oh
together
God.
again. Like
I
One of
know
my
I'm kind of
coworkers,
worried about it a little bit too because it's
they're both very strong-willed children, so there's going to be some clashes.
mhm.
what did
Already know.
Emery say? She said Zoe wasn't her friend anymore because
And it had
what she
nothing
said
to do with it was something unrelated to Zoe.
it was because I didn't call her back or something. It was like something crazy like that. Like it's like, well, yeah, I guess technically y'all aren't friends, y'all are cousins. So
Right. Like it don't matter. You'll always be cousins. So boom.
yeah.
Also, does Emery have friends? I don't know. I don't know. And this is why, because she keeps unfriending people.
Zoe
I
has
like it.
already started talking about boys.
Oh.
So yeah. She's like, yeah, so and so has a crush on me. Like
Oh.
if she's
Ooh.
gonna marry this other little boy. And I'm like,
Okay. What's Zoe into? What's her type?
oh, well, okay. They're both black, but one's light skinned, one's a little dark, one's brown. So
Okay. Okay. She ain't got no type. That's cool.
not yet.
Well, let me tell you what Emery had a conversation with me about today. Not too long ago, she goes, "What if you had another baby? And what if,"
Ooh.
she said, "but wait, that's not it." She said, "But what if dad doesn't want the baby and he's not ready?" I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "Well, you'd probably have to have the baby and then just watch it by yourself."
She's too grown. She's too
Who have you
way
been
too
talking
grown.
to? What have you
Where?
been
Right.
watching? First of all, Emery, I've already lived that. So
Right.
all you're doing is bringing up old trauma. Also,
Yeah.
what do you know about where did she get that from?
Where
I
did
don't
she get it
know.
from? At that
She has some
age, you're
hot
supposed
sauce.
to believe in love and marriage, and you get married and you have babies, and that's your process as a child, as an innocent child.
No.
We're in a whole new time.
It's
Like
all
there's
we're
no
living in
innocence.
euphoria, okay?
We are. Oh my gosh. We are in
I still can't
euphoria.
watch that.
I can't. I can't.
Me
Remember when we were in
either.
DC and we all tried to watch it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is uncomfortable.
I
So
don't
it's
have any
wonderful.
desire to watch it because
Mm-mm.
Keon and Elijah will be in high school next year.
Next year.
Yeah, there's also that.
In the
Yeah.
car, he was just telling me some drama, and it was like, what? It was like, yeah, so like my friend broke up with his girlfriend last week, and our other friend started dating her, so they try to fight, and I'm like, we need to tell him not to love them hoes. Clearly, she's a hoe. Like, if she, you know what I'm saying? If she's not
All
here
right,
about a
wait a
week
minute though.
past,
Wait,
I mean,
wait.
but
We gotta
is
see
she
both sides.
or
We gotta see
well,
both sides because
yeah, true. I'm not slut shaming, but
that,
I'm just saying.
I feel you though, because you're looking at it from the mom perspective. But we gotta look at it. Maybe she was like, "Hey, I liked you before I saw your friend, and then I saw your friend, and I decided I made the wrong selection."
Could be.
Mhm.
What if he was cheating on her, and she said, "I'm going to get him back"?
It could be. My thing is like, but why are the two boys fighting? Like,
Why are the two boys fighting? Great question.
especially if they're friends. So,
Yeah,
and only in the 8th grade. But
That sounds like some 8th grade.
it does. Usually
they
among
just
girls, not so
they
much
seem
around
so
boys.
much younger than when we were 8th grade. When we were 8th grade, we were grown. You know.
I thought I was grown. When I was in 8th grade, gradient jeans were in. Okay. And I had quite a few outfits. I had this one purple number where it would fade from dark purple to like light purple, and it had a matching purple jacket.
Oh, I remember that.
Of
Wore it on my birthday.
And that's why you
Felt
got
like
best dressed. Are you sure that was 8th grade and not 9th grade?
No, because in 9th grade I was at the high school.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
see, we were different. So our 8th grade, we were still in junior high.
Yeah.
I used to wear flannel shirts.
Tucked in the front.
Mhm.
Tucked it in the
What was
front.
your
Too big.
way too big, tucked in
Big
the
old
front,
glasses.
hanging out.
Actually, I had contacts at that
You had
time.
contacts by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no makeup, no nothing.
A
Yeah,
large
none
bump
of
in
that.
the ends.
Large bump. Hated that haircut. Hated it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Charlotte used to make me get it every 2 weeks. Or 4 weeks or whatever.
Dana would cry. Lady'd be like, "Do you like it?" And Dana would be like, and then she would go and cry in the
I wouldn't even in the elevator. In the elevator.
A page boy.
No.
Page is where it started.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't have a lot of 8th grade memories.
No?
I remember there was a girl that was pregnant in 8th grade, and I was just like dumbfounded. Like, what? Like, I still low key play with Barbie dolls. So
they'll play with Barbie
Yeah,
dolls.
I remember I had a hard because some of my friends played with them, and I had to let them go.
yeah.
Well, I don't think there should be a middle school. I think it should still be junior high, and then high school be 10th through 12th because
Whoa.
I feel like 9th grade is 14, and then you have them in school with 18-year-olds.
Yeah. And my so you know I do Big Brothers Big Sisters. So she's in 9th grade, and the way her high school does it, like the 9th graders have lunch with the seniors, and the sophomores have lunch with the juniors.
How does that make sense?
Like, in the 9th grade. I was in the 10th and 9th grade have it, and then the 11th and 12th. What?
Yeah.
Especially because, like, it's just a bunch of 12th grade boys poaching on little 9th grade girls.
Like little 14-year-old girls. But yeah, that's weird.
I mean, my dating life though, 8th grade. Whew. Your girl had options. Truly.
Whitney, when have you not had options though? You've always had options.
Have I? Because it don't feel. Here's the thing: options I want. Options that I want as well. Okay.
Yeah. I never really had a squad. I didn't have options.
You had a squad. Who were you guys?
I did
in
not.
The friend group?
Who what?
What was your persona in your friend group at that age?
The quiet, smart one. I like didn't like. I don't even think I really had friends. I don't think I really got like. I mean, of course, I had like Dominique in them, but like I was in the band. I mean,
Same.
Flag Corps, as we were talking about last week, Whitney. You know,
We were. Hated it. Mommy forced me to try out and be a part of. I hated it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was a majorette, but you know, still in the band, so like, still had to do like the in-school band concerts and.
I felt like all my friends were in band. Band didn't bother me. Literally, all the black kids were in band when I was in school.
Yeah, no.
Do you have one more?
Mute her real quick.
I'm like, whose voice was that?
Keon. I should show you him.
I thought that was Van.
No, it's Keon. Keon, come here. He's about to be 14. He is. Come here. Come over here. You can say hi.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi,
Keon. Like your glasses.
Thanks.
Yeah, they're cool. Like, hey.
That's my shirt he got on. But all right.
Well, you guys have teenagers.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Cool.
It's wild.
Wow.
My dad sent me a picture of him, I guess, when they were at his house. Did he send it to you, Whitney?
He sent me one of Ethan.
He said it was 4 years ago.
Just like,
It was
wow.
like, dang.
Crazy.
All right, so I had an interview today, Tasha.
Okay, here we go. What's up?
So I know you're human resources. So I was telling Winnie I want to talk about that, that Mercedes, I guess, recruiter that went viral.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
For so she was like, I guess they asked, how the pre-screening they asked like your salary requirements.
Mm-hmm.
The girl said like 85,000.
Oh yeah.
The budget was like 130,
mm-hmm.
and she said she didn't have the bandwidth to educate her.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, as an HR elite professional, I'd like to say.
Exactly.
Very experienced, very educated. What's your take?
My take is you have to know your worth and not be afraid to go for it. So, like, I handle the executive side, and when I tell you these people that make well over the six figures fight for every single dollar and will hold the line. So yeah, go for it. So, what's her name? Badass Boss, Bozeman St. John. I think that's her name. She works for Netflix. She's a marketing person. Anywho, she did an interview on one of those morning shows, and she said, give them the top number first. Start high, and you can always work yourself backwards, but it's very rare that you're ever going to work yourself up.
But it's like at what step in the process? Like, okay, my instance for this interview I had, right? So I was like, I said a number, and then she was like, well, I'm going to say this number, which was higher because there's a cap and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, well, whatever, sure. But like, on the other hand, it's almost like, well, that, like I've been part of a group, and it's like that has knocked you out of running because it's not within, I guess it's just up to the recruiter if they like you, if they don't, like whether they want to.
Yeah. So again, it comes back to like your experience and what you bring to the table, and also how you interview, even if it is just a pre-screen. And you can always add a caveat, like if you start high, you can always say, but that's negotiable. Or if you're coming from somewhere that has like a bonus or some type of incentive and going somewhere that doesn't, you can like preface it and say, well, at my current employer, we have a bonus program, and I understand you guys don't, so I would, expect to
be compensated more.
Yeah.
See, I'm not even at that level, but I do know that, like for instance, the cost of living is way higher in Hawaii. So like we're going from Hawaii to North Carolina, where the cost of living is like way lower. So it's like the average nurse salary here is like $60 an hour, right? But you go to North Carolina, it's like $25. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess in a way you have to be.
Yeah, I say do your homework. Like the internet is your friend. People are your friend.
I have found Glassdoor has really accurate survey salaries on there. Really, really accurate. But would you, and do you think she was wrong for not saying anything to her about That's a big jump. 85 to 130.
A huge jump.
Yeah.
That's a very big jump.
At the very least, she should have, off the record, coached her better. We have to, and I've seen that, now that you mentioned, I've seen that screenshot go around, and I did find it kind of messed up, because there's another one where the reverse happened, where someone asked for a low number, and then they offered her, or the person, like, way more when the offer came through. And I think that should have been, at the very least, how it was approached. Like, okay, she asked for 85, I'm going to give her 110 or whatever. Like I said, these people that are making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year fight tooth and nail for every little penny. And I mean, yeah, they have the lifestyle likely where they need all of that, but why shouldn't people in the five figures be fighting for every penny that they're worth as well? So, I mean, you have to do your homework, use your resources, but start high and preface it with, but I'm willing to negotiate. And you can always give a reason why. Like, if you can back up with, you know, your skills, like, I've been nursing for X amount of years, I've worked in different states, I've worked in a heart hospital, you know, different things, different experiences that, you know, can back up your skills and why you would command a high salary or a higher salary, then, you know, you have to sell yourself. But don't sell yourself short, though.
Well, there's that too. Because, like, looking at the way I personally feel about my resume, it's a hot mess. But like, no, for real. Because, like, I feel like on paper, it's like, oh my gosh, like, I graduated LPN school 2012. That's 10 years ago. Like, so I've been a nurse for 10 years. But it's like, but have I? You know, like,
yeah.
So,
but you also have the, I don't know if luxury is the right word, but I'm using the luxury of being able to say that you are a military spouse.
Right.
So, and people eat that up. So,
well, that's true.
And I'll add that, like, if you see a job and it's posted and it has a range, more than likely you're not going to get that top number, because that's like the ceiling. So they have a roundabout number that they've already budgeted for within that range, but still go higher than, like, if it's from 85 to 130, at the very least, start at 110 and say it's negotiable at the very least. But
yeah, I saw someone say, like, I guess start where you're currently at and then add 10 to 20%. But I mean, again,
yeah,
I'm nowhere near any of that. But I just thought it was interesting because,
and if you're in a field like nursing or whatever where it's hard to keep people and find people,
yeah,
and
things are crazy
people
right now.
that they don't have to, like, train, you can use that as a selling point too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. I thought that was very messed up.
Yeah, I don't.
At the very least, she should have taken her by the side. You had 5 minutes to be like, girl, don't ever do that again. Like,
I think too, there's a thing that, you know, I'm gonna bring the hippie side of it. And there's a lot of it is like the intention behind it. Now, she could have posted it in a way that said, hey guys, I just spoke with someone.
Yeah.
They didn't know, like, it's unfortunate that, you know, they didn't know that maybe my advice is to, like, you know, but she said it in such a, like, derogatory way, like, oh, this person's stupid, that it's like, she may not run into that situation herself, but she never knows when there's going to be a situation where somebody could have helped her out.
Yeah. You know what it gave? That that Yvonne Orji energy.
Oh my God, I was thinking the
the
same
girl,
thing. I was gonna mention that same
that's
thing.
what it was given. Like, well, you should have, even though I
Yeah.
told you no.
And it's like,
well,
what?
Especially because like that's like a life-changing difference, right? Like,
mhm.
you know, that
Yeah.
range. So even if you would have been like, hey,
That's the difference between probably having to work a second job, having
yes,
Right.
OnlyFans,
Literally.
or something.
Literally.
So,
Also, this guy posted, like, if I get off from an interview or I accept the job at 85K and I see you a screenshot of you talking about how I'm gonna beat your
I'm
ass
suing
and put it in
you.
my tweets. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
playing. That's not,
Yeah.
to me, that's not really something to brag about. That's something that I feel like maybe something more positive could have came out of it than going viral. If you would want to be like, you know what, I want to educate people on maybe how to go through this process in a better way instead of being like, haha.
Yeah.
You could have got this, but I give you this. You don't know work.
And I mean, this person could have put themselves at jeopardy too. Because you know, you shouldn't be letting the cat out the bag like that anyways, but you know, it's not a good look for us that you are representing the company in this type of way. Like,
right.
We're just gonna set you up to fail. But like when I moved from the job I had outside of Chicago to Connecticut, when I interviewed with Disney, I was like, I recognize that Chicago market is different, like you were saying, Dana, than the Connecticut cost of living market. But I was making X there. So, you know, I would at least expect to be, you know, brought in at that rate. And it was above where they wanted, where they were budgeting or shooting for to pay for the role. But even, you know, that's what they ended up offering me. So it helps to, you know, just talk it through. Like you're not just pulling the number out of nowhere. And fight for it. And it ended up that had I went lower, I would have, you know, put myself at a disservice compared to other people with my similar experience. So,
we'll see.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started working at Amazon, one of my operations managers, he's Nigerian, not sure why that is relevant, but it is. But he said they had offered him the job 3 times, but the first 2 times he always asked for more money. And then they would come back, they would say no, but then they would come back around a little while later and offer it again. At that point, he would ask for more money. Now, by the 3rd time, they gave it to him, which makes sense because like the shift that he was working as an operation was the 12-hour overnight shift. So he also was like, I knew that if they're coming to me a second time with a higher offer, what's going to stop them from giving me another higher, which it could have not worked in his favor, but it did.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, that's smart. And that's where women lose a lot of times, is that we're not willing to take that risk. We're a little more risk averse. So we miss out. But I definitely say if you're out in these streets and you're hungry and your kids need food and you need a job, might not be the time to, you know, be as risky with your negotiations. But, you know, if you're just out here looking for a job just to be looking, or even better, if a recruiter reaches out to you, that you can already leverage that because they came looking for you. You weren't looking for a job. So that's my human resources moment.
Are you ready to self-publish a book and sell it on Amazon to create a passive income from this information is what I want to know.
You know, I am not opposed.
Because
I am not
there's
opposed
money
at all.
here.
Yeah.
Do you not see it? Do you not see the seminar we just sat through?
We did.
Because it was useful information.
That's
another thing is like, I don't know the people involved, but for some reason in my mind in that scenario, it was like a Black girl.
Yes, that's what I feel like it was. Yeah. I think it was a Black girl too.
And my thing is, my parents have never sat me down and told me how to go about the situation. Nobody has ever taught me how to go about a negotiation or anything.
Yeah,
actually, and to be honest, since it's Black History Month, as a Black woman, society actually goes out of its way to tell me that I'm not worth anything.
Girl.
So to assume that I'm in a position to ask for more,
mm-hmm.
Well, it
the likelihood that I'm going to sometimes just isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I think too is also like we struggle with imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome a lot. Mm-hmm. But like back to our parents, like they didn't even have jobs where they couldn't go.
Like stop like 25 years.
Same.
No, she's only had one job her whole life.
She stayed there for 39, Whitney, not 20, like 39. Oh, that's the only job she's ever had.
Same with my mom, like 35, 6, 7, something, 30 something. Like that's if I had a job 3 years, that's monumental.
Over here, like first of all, I've been at Jurgen Waxen school. I'm like, didn't stand for that. Then I've only been back at Amazon for 3 months, and I'm over here like, time's ticking.
Yeah.
But I think it's just society's so different now. This whole work your way up thing is just not really a reality that it once was. So, and I think that we need to be like more aware of that. In that it's okay to have like company loyalty, but realize that your company's not as loyal to you as you think they.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that that's something that the pandemic showed everybody, right? Like for sure. Mm-hmm. Like they don't care about you. They can barely keep the lights on themselves. You know, like so. And why are you gonna literally risk your life for a company that doesn't care, can't even provide you with the proper protection for a job? Like
that is definitely a lesson I am taking if we ever get out of it, out of the pandemic. Wow.
Oh my God. Sorry.
You did that?
Watch. Wow.
Why am I so pink?
I would really like you guys. That book I just listened to.
I just got my coffee today.
I personally liked it because it really sticks to like pressures, especially with Black women, to get married. Why are you alone? Why are you in your 30s and alone? Do we have to pray for you? Have a prayer circle. How are you living? Don't you want to die? Because I feel like, especially now we're coming up on Valentine's Day and everybody's like, well, do you have a Valentine's Day? No, I'm going to be at work getting others ready for Valentine's Day.
Right. Mailing out people's gifts for their Valentine's Day. I mean, but how about there's all this pressure to get married, and I personally never faced it from my parents, but let's just say I did. And then I waited for the right one, and then he dies.
Right.
Like, there's all this pressure, and back to the, career conversations, we're not prepared for that.
Right.
We're not prepared for marriage and what comes with it. They just want you to cross that line. And again, I think, I'll speak for myself. I put that pressure on myself to get married, but what happens next? Like, are you going to be there to help me when this man gets on my last nerve, or when I've worked all day and got to cook?
The progression is normally once you get past the pressure of getting married, then they're going to pressure you to have kids. That's
Yep.
the immediate next pressure, I feel like.
And it's
like,
not fair. You don't
it's
know what a woman might be going through in her body.
Right. Or what your choices are.
You don't know if you and this man are going to be able to live together and co-parent together. You may not know like all of your ideals. You know, depending on how quickly you get with a person, you still have a lot of figuring out to do. Like marriage isn't like, okay, we're married now and green light and everything is
happily ever after.
Yeah.
It's not.
Like real life happens in between then. And then it's like, where all y'all at that was pressuring me to do stuff? You know? And when it comes to babies, like when you are a woman of a certain age, all the tests and everything that you have to go through, like it's a lot on your body. All for somebody else that doesn't have to raise the kid.
Right.
To have the joy of saying they have a grandkid on the way.
I guess the issue for me too is the societal pressure, like that your worth is tied to a milestone, checking a box. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't take into account like real
what
life.
happens when I check the box, but
like, and y'all and like like you guys aren't like it's just, and that's I just don't think it's fair that men don't have that same pressure.
They're expected to play the field. And just enjoy life and everything else. And what is up with these new niggas that are really and truly expecting us to take them out? Okay, and while I'm on the subject, since we're, it's been some time since we last met, the whole girl that bought the guy a gift for their first date, the cigar gate.
I thought it was cute. You didn't think it was cute?
I thought it was cute. I don't think it was over the top. She didn't buy him a car. I don't know.
She didn't get him a Rolex.
Right.
But I think it was like the girl that had a whole think piece about it though.
Talking
about like she's tapping into her masculine energy or something. I was just like, what?
It was a cigar and with a cutter.
Like, what does that mean?
Like, I thought that was cute. Like,
it was cute. It wasn't. I don't feel like it was over the top. It wasn't pick me. It wasn't none of that.
None of that.
I hate the internet and social media is all I want to say, because that was too much. But back to these new niggas, like the number of times I have either been asked or heard from other people that they have been asked jokingly, when you going to take me out, by a male, a cisgendered male.
And let me tell you, it starts with their mom. It starts at home with their mom, because they've been coddled their whole life. Okay?
Yeah.
To think that they're the catch, Why do you feel like you need to be courted? Why do you need to be courted?
And that's the thing. Okay, these niggas will, quote whoever their higher power is and, want you to submit to them and do all this. But what about the piece where you're supposed to like court the woman?
That is like my number one pet peeve right there. My number one. It's like, but you didn't finish the verse, because that's not all that it says. Like you didn't finish it. You know what I mean? So like, don't come at me with it without finishing it.
I can't. They're just,
and it's.
There's a woman I wax, and I just waxed her on Tuesday, and we all come, and she talks about She's probably late 30s. She's newly single. She's been divorced for maybe a year or two now, and she's back dating. And she owns a business, a successful business. She's a Black woman, whatever. But she was talking about she's run into so many men that have a problem. She was like, they almost have a problem with me being successful.
Oh, they absolutely do. I've been there, done that.
I feel like, to be honest, men may be these new age men may be attracted to women, but they do not like women. They do not like for whatever reason, they feel like they have to be in control, and that like she can't have a mind of her own, she can't have a business of her own, and you come in and supplement it, or like you come in and like really have nothing to do with it, just do your own thing, like but for whatever reason we have to stop what we're doing, or women have to stop whatever they're doing, and like be like, oh my God, I'm so thankful I got a man that just walked through the door.
That's what they're dependent on.
But then y'all get mad. But then y'all turn around and, well, what bring to the table?
Right.
So which is it? You want me to have enough, but not more than you.
That is exactly what it is.
Like,
that's exactly what it is.
That makes no sense.
I dated a guy. I've probably told this story before. The same nigga that left me on the side of the road when I hit a deer and was like, "Oh, that's for you." So,
God.
He at the time was renting, but he owned a home in Cincinnati, and I owned my home, and had my car, whatever. He would bring up all the time, well, I have a house in Cincinnati. I have a house. I own my home in Cincinnati.
Okay, great. Congratulations.
I came over to chill. Like,
right.
And he very rarely came to my house because I guess that made him feel a certain way. And he was like, if we were ever to get married, you'd have to sell your house because I'm not moving in your house.
Well, that's a red flag right there. And then the audacity to think that I would want to marry you.
There's that.
Right.
But at that time, I was not aware of my worth and was just going along to get along. But yeah, they are dependent upon that. Like, and it's just like Whitney said. Like, they want you to have something, but you can't have more than me.
Well, I know a couple of men who they are married and they want, like, one in particular, his wife doesn't work. He wants that. It's almost like he talks down upon the fact that she doesn't work, but he doesn't want her to work. Like, what? It's like a weird control thing.
Yeah. I don't get it. And they don't get themselves either.
They don't.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that, like, it's like a fantasy because, like, just in my personal experiences, it's just been like, but you didn't grow up with that. You didn't see that. You don't know,
right,
like, really what you're talking, like, what you're even asking for. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
Because it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. Like,
I don't think these niggas know, A, who they are, and B, what they want. They just go along with whatever feature tells them or whatever Lil Duval says in a comedy skit or whatever the new hip and trendy thing is with these niggas.
I think you're right. I think they really haven't sat down to, like, even think about what they personally want. I think they just go off of what they're told to want, like, i.e. money, cars, like, bitches, like, whatever. So
yeah.
And that's what successful is, like, I've even had conversations with guys and it's like, only reason they go out is to get numbers.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you don't go out to, like, hang out, to, like, enjoy, like, the scene. Like, no, it's for girls. So it's like, so what do you do for yourself? Like, you know what I mean? Like, And then that's where you come into to people like they ain't got no personality, you know, like they don't have like, because they never sat down and really thought like, what do I actually enjoy aside from what society has told me to, you know?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
On a lighter note, do y'all think Drake was really crying?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do. I think he was hurt. I think that
it's weird.
It's
he literally had his own pregnancy scandal.
Like niggas never apply their situation. Okay, they're never going to apply their situation.
That was my thing, though. I'm like, him and Chris Brown. Like, why are y'all bringing him and Chris Brown into this? They both have.
Oh, Chris Brown! I didn't see Chris Brown.
Well, no, they were just bringing him into the conversation. Like,
my thing is, do y'all remember when he like professed his love to Rihanna at the VMAs, and she looked so like awkward, like he's going off script. He's going off script.
Listen, I live for King Riri. I do. Like Beyonce's the queen. Riri is the king of savages out here.
Here's my theory on Drake. Okay, because we look at the women Drake actually dates, and we look at the women he impregnated, right? Nothing like Rihanna. I think that is a situation of Rihanna is a very beautiful, very successful. I think he's in love with the idea of Rihanna, but that's truly not what he's attracted to. And that's
it's like he said in his lyric, like they're in love with who I am. Like he was in love with who Rihanna is,
right?
And what it meant to
be in love with Rihanna. He was not in love with Robin Fenty. Okay. And also, was he in love with anybody?
Do what?
There's that.
What'd you say? I missed it.
I said that I'm happy that ASAP is her baby daddy. What did you
I think they're a cute couple.
I think they're a cute couple. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you, and I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to be that girl, but I'll never forget the comments he made about Black women wearing red lipstick.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
I mean, I don't want to misquote, which is what I'm about to do anyway. But it was along the lines of like Black girls, more like darker skinned girls, shouldn't wear like red lipstick.
Yeah. I don't recall. I knew he was problematic. I'm happy that Robin has herself like.
She seems happy, and that's what I want. You know, that's my birthday twin.
He gives me like he's just excited to be in her presence. That's the vibe I get.
He is about to Travis Scott his way right on into just easy street. I wouldn't honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to get child support off of Rihanna, and I would live to see her drag him for real for that, because he's part of this new nigga crew.
Beautiful baby.
Yeah.
I want Kanye West to get this white woman. And
it's like why is he still relevant? Like why are we even so like
what? I don't care about none of that. What is this black eyeshadow?
What is all of this stuff?
Did he do the eyeshadow?
Probably. She is giving big, like, I don't even know how to describe the energy, but I don't like it.
Don't at all. Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, Whitney got the Bath and Body Works.
Oh, I did.
Does it smell good?
In the car still. No, not like it.
What'd you get?
I got the Black History Month candle from Bath and Body Works. Okay, I got it because I needed to experience what this was about. It smells like Okay, so if I can remember correctly, the bottom notes, because it was like coconut sandalwood. The notes on the bottom, it was like coconut, obviously sandalwood, musk, jasmine, and then something else. It was a
See, that gives
collection
me like, nigga.
of. It gives me.
No,
Y'all just
I don't like
said
it.
we're gonna put some musty smells in a jar. Burn
With
this
some coconut.
with
Because
some.
they like that cocoa butter.
It's not a bad smell. It's definitely not what I paid for. I'm definitely going to give it to mom as a gift. I'm never going to burn it.
Well, they
I
have
don't like the whole
another
concept
one.
of it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like the packaging
like
was cute until you start reading it, and it literally says stuff like roots on it. What does that mean?
I just feel like Bath and Body Works do better. Like,
But you know what? The most random, because I was looking at my emails today. I had a promotion from Victoria's Secret selling Black History T-shirts. Y'all know y'all don't care.
listen, I draw the line at Target. You know, they've been doing it for a few years now.
Yeah.
I let y'all through the door.
And I'm not gonna lie, they do it because they be having their Latin history. They do trying to do other.
You're right.
I got a Black History shirt from Target. I think it's cute.
I do too. I got a couple.
Yeah.
Some of it gets to be like.
I got an email from Pottery Barn.
My thing is, Bath and Body Works should have gave me a discount because I'm Black.
First of all, what non-black having children spouse are going to buy this?
They're not.
And if y'all walk into a non-black person's house and they have one, please take a picture and put it up on the site.
I feel like in my interview today, her background was a Black History.
What?
In my interview this morning, like Tasha's background, her background was Black History. No.
I'm like, well, then what's your Black History fact of the day? Don't say nothing about Martin Luther King.
No, it was just like, celebrating Black History Month. Like,
are you?
They probably forced them to do that. Probably. There are some very well-meaning people out there.
What if you're like, so I guess you're going to hire me because I'm Black? You should have said that.
I didn't say that. I should have said Happy Black History Month.
Should have been like, you're Black?
Hold on.
There's some excitement going on there. Yeah, I'm not here for it. They can keep it. I don't want it. Oh, we're going live with Dana right now. It's giving me big Maury, you are not the father vibe.
It was very like running behind. What can we keep up? We don't know.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah. So how was the rest of your Charlotte trip?
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
So we didn't make it to the Leroy Fox.
Okay.
We went to South Park and walked around there for a very long time. We got lunch there, and by the time we got back to the hotel, I went to sleep.
Okay.
With the intention of ordering from the Leroy Fox, but everyone was so full, so that was that. That was Charlotte in a nutshell.
Hey.
I love how you guys got like a dusting of snow and they were like blowing up the amount of snow. Like I fully expected to open the window and be like, oh.
Me too. Everybody at Amazon got sent home at 12. And paid for the rest of their shift. And there was no snow.
There was no. There was a little bit like on the tall buildings because you know how we could see on top of some of the buildings from our room, and yeah. And there was some on the grass, like as we were driving to South Park, but yeah, no. But yeah, So, did you tell Dana about our sports segment?
Oh yeah, we need to incorporate Kid Fury sports shorts.
Yeah.
Segment of shorts. And you know what we can do is, whoever's leading the segment, we can boom.
There we go. Now we can talk about it offline when we're done going live. But yeah, we're gonna have a sports shorts, but not called that because that's taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're hitting an hour, so I feel like this was a great time. Emery's awoken. This was a good episode.
Yeah.
Here, girl. You okay? You're about to see some disheveled child.
Oh, what's the matter?
You just woke up. She's disturbed. This was a great episode. I feel like we did a great job. I'm gonna head on out, and I'm gonna get this posted ASAP, and we will discuss our next steps. You got to pee? Okay. All right.
All right. Goodbye. It's an emergency. Bye.